How does the fetus breathe in its mother's womb? In the beginning, there is an important question, which is why there is fluid around the fetus in his mother's womb, and what is the benefit of this fluid? First, the sac in which the fetus is located is called the amniotic or amniotic sac. It is a very strong membrane that preserves the fetus during the stages of development and contains a large amount of amniotic fluid. Its size ranges from 800 mm to 600 mm throughout pregnancy. Without this fluid, the process of fetal growth would be very. The amniotic fluid is considered a safety cushion from any shock or external pressure to the mother's abdomen, and it contains nutrients, proteins, antibodies, and other necessary components needed for the growth of the fetus. The last trimester of pregnancy, which is the period from week 24 to 36. However, the lungs do not function due to the presence of amniotic fluid. The amniotic fluid provides the fetus with an ideal environment in which to live. The first and most important feature provided by the amniotic sac is that it makes the fetus float freely in the mother's womb, like an astronaut, moving freely without the presence of any hindrance that restricts its movement, which makes the bones and muscles and other external organs of the body grow properly without any abnormalities. The amniotic fluid is considered a safety cushion from any shock or external pressure to the mother's abdomen, and it contains nutrients, proteins, antibodies, and other necessary components needed for the growth of the fetus. The last trimester of pregnancy, which is the period from week 24 to 36. However, the lungs do not function due to the presence of amniotic fluid. The fetus needs oxygen to complete its growth stages, but it gets oxygen from a path other than the lungs, which is the umbilical cord and placenta. The process of breathing in general is the mixing of deoxygenated blood with oxygen gas inside the lungs. Then it turns into oxidized blood and returns to the heart and is distributed to all cells of the body. The fetus gets oxygenated blood from the mother's body. The mother's body sends the oxygenated blood to the placenta, and the placenta begins to transfer the blood to the umbilical cord until it reaches the fetus. And this is how the breathing process takes place. Unoxidized blood, which is carbon dioxide, comes out of the fetus through the umbilical cord and then the placenta, and from it to the mother's blood circulation. It exits the normal path of blood circulation and from there to the lung and then outside the body in the form of exhalation. The blood circulation of the fetus is completely different from the blood circulation of ordinary people. The normal blood circulation is the formation of non-oxidized blood that reaches the heart, then to the right auricle. It contracts and sends blood to the right ventricle. Then the blood reaches the lung through the pulmonary valve, and there it is oxidized and carbon dioxide is removed. Then blood is sent from the left auricle to the left ventricle of it to the venous artery, which carries blood to all parts of the body. As for the fetus, there is a link between the right and left auricle in the heart, which is the foramen ovale, and another link between the venous and pulmonary artery, which is the ductus arteriosus, all parts of the body. These pathways perform their function at nostrils until the end of pregnancy. As soon as the fetus leaves its mother's womb, these pathways stop functioning. The right and left chambers of the heart separate from each other. The amniotic fluid comes out of the lung begins to expand, and the child breathes for the first time on his own without the mother's help.